Hi everyone, we're Syringe Secrets. My name's Rufaro,
Hi, I'm Shadia.
and we are here for our first podcast.
Hercules, Hercules.
Okay, so
Syringe Secrets, what's it about? What we're here for? Why we're sitting on this sofa? So we are going to talk to you and teach you about everything that they don't educate you in school. Not just about injectables, we'll be talking about mum life, relationships, well, injectables as well, but I'll
the
leave it
industry in general,
Yeah.
we are obviously student nurses as well, so we're going to kind of delve into that and how we juggle all of the above,
Yeah.
basically.
But we're going to touch on medics, non-medics, and how in this industry do you feel it's important to go to medical professions or beauticians, therapists, and aesthetic practitioners?
Exactly.
Because there's a big
divide at the moment.
And it's a massive one where even when we apply for things, it will say, are you a medic or a non-medic? And I think at the same time, going back to that, it's a cosmetic procedure. It wasn't beauticians, therapists it's not a doctor's GP thing to do.
Yeah.
Where we're saying about needling and injectables. Well, we're touching on it now, but this is the route we're going to be going down. So we will be having some guest speakers on, some doctors. We will be debating on a lot of this, where people go too far. We're going to have some guests on who have had BBLs with surgery that has gone wrong, where to go and not to go. But yeah,
and then also just being a businesswoman also, and starting a business, and the struggles that we faced, and the highs, the lows, and everything in between.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
to be fair.
I'm excited.
So, I'm Shadia. I own Lamarck Aesthetics. I'm a student nurse.
Hi, my name's Rufaro. I own Impress Aesthetics. I've been self-employed now for 8 years. I've got a clinic in Stourbridge. I did have a clinic in the Jewellery Quarter, which I recently closed, which we'll go into that into more detail afterwards. But I've got 2 children, again, single mom. Just, life is lifing. We're student nurses. We met at uni, didn't we, Shad?
Do you want to know how we met? So, this Ash.
No.
You know what she did? So anyway, when we did first year aesthetics, but we never seen each other, did we? It was when we jumped on our second year.
No, so we started uni when? In 2023.
Yeah.
So we both started uni.
Yeah.
Why did you pick the aesthetic degree? So we chose an aesthetic degree, a bachelor's in aesthetics. So what was your reasoning for choosing it?
Because I was worried about everything getting regulated and going forward, even though I've been in the industry for over 20 years. So I've worked for Nails Inc., Elemis, Chanel, Estee Lauder. I've worked in Selfridges. I've worked in Debenhams. There's a lot of people that know me from Birmingham in that industry. I did lashes, nail. I've done so many courses. And then we're going into the aesthetics and more injectables because I work with a doctor in clinic and I've got a nursing clinic. It was just saying there's going to be a system in place eventually. And it does worry people that have been in the industry for a while, therapists as well. Because I was a beautician and people used to say to me like, oh, what do you do for a living? I was like, I'm a therapist. And they're like, oh, that's nice. And it was always kind of looked and frowned upon.
Yeah, it was.
And I feel like for us now, because it is up there and it's like a high rewarding career, there's a lot of people that do want to jump on the bandwagon now.
But I feel like people jump on it for that reason because they think, oh, people are making money. They see these aesthetic girls now posting ranges and different, like, nice cars, and they think, I'll just want that. But there's not the look.
You're saying that and we've both got a range also.
No, but I'm just trying to. That is the typical No, but it's the typical like aesthetic girl
She's
vibe.
Got a range.
Okay, stop. But they see this and they think like, oh, I want to jump on this.
It's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it's Keeping Up with the aesthetics.
Yeah, and I think that this is where things are going wrong now because people aren't going into it like you did and like I did for the love of it. And
because I feel like when you start back then, because you did makeup, I did nails, I worked for Nails Inc. I used to do feet. I did eyelashes for a day. I said never again. I would never do that.
I did eyelashes
because I was getting I was burning people's eyes. I was like, how do people do this?
No, but how could you concentrate for that long? I know.
No, when I'm in the moment. I get therapeutic actually. Like I was calm, but I feel like the ADHD was ADHD.
No, I can just imagine.
I was just smoking. I was like, no. So anyway, but I feel like because you come from that background, you can't just jump into aesthetics from no background. You can't just say like I'm a PT and then I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna go into injectables.
Yeah.
You've got to enjoy. Like I love making people feel beautiful and
Yeah.
nice about
But I think you also need to have that aesthetic eye.
Yeah. 100%.
But
It's a bit like art. It's
no,
creative.
it really is. Yeah. And I feel not bashing doctors or nurses or anything like that, or beauticians, but I do think when you've come from that beauty background, you have more of an eye for those things 100%. than you do necessarily.
I feel like it's like a footballer. They start with a coach young. Yeah. They don't just like they're trained into it, and you're purged into it. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people now, even the girls. Well, obviously, I teach, you teach, we're a training academy as well, but I do ask the question, have you come from a beauty background? And if some of them haven't, I'm like, well, why do you want to get into the industry?
Well, I always ask, I don't ask that. I normally say, like, what's made you want to...
Jump on.
No, love.
Contact my PA.
No, love. I always say, like, what is it that's brought you here and to this point? Because, you know, and some people are honest and they'll say, like, oh, I just want to make some money. And I just think... It's not, and also it's not quick money like what people think. How much money have you put into the business to how long does it take to start seeing a revenue? Because it took me years.
I can't even afford cream on my dry foot.
You got still girls cream.
My foot's dry. I had some Morocco's cream.
Help me, I'm poor.
No, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not even gonna lie. It's hard to actually. Any business is hard when you invest, but I always say invest in yourself first in your business. When you invest, you can't just think, oh yeah, I'm going to start making money like next week, next month. It all goes back into your business. It's only sort of like from the second, third year, you start actually see a comeback. Yeah. That's when people give up, but it's only when it's at your hardest, you feel like, I need to give up, I can't do it. That's your hurdle. You have to jump over that. And that's when you start to reach your like full potential in your goals.
Yeah, because a lot of my students will say like, oh, they'll train. And then I'm like, okay, this isn't the hard part now. Like, obviously, yes, it is hard, but you need to really knuckle down and start gaining clients. And they're like, oh, I think some people have the connotation of I'll train and clients will just flow.
I feel
it doesn't work that way.
Because they'll train and then they won't go. They'll stop for a bit. You can't stop.
No.
You have to anything in life you've got to dive into.
Yeah. So you went on the aesthetics degree because you
thought it was going to be more of a injectables covering a lot more depth behind the physiology and anatomy.
I do feel like a lot of people on that course think,
and it wasn't.
I feel though it does delve into more.
Yeah, but I've already done a spa management degree. I've already done therapists. I've already done that background where you're looking at skin in depth.
So you didn't feel
it was going over what I already sort of knew. And some of the lectures I was thinking at the same time, like, it's not being big-headed or anything, but sometimes I sit there and even with like podcasts with people that are in life where they're doing all these talks and whatever, you can't teach people that where you just read from a textbook. You have to have life experience. You have to have talent and skills in certain industries to say, I've come from this, I've come from that. Like, you've got to have those skills essentially beforehand.
We don't want to bash the tutors there.
I'm not bashing tutors.
But no. But I'm saying that
somebody is fresh out of uni, you just think, there's different ways to
There were a few great teachers there that I think that they've had experience and things like that. And I think that those are the tutors that I kind of connected with. But
she's lying.
I'm being nice.
She's full of shit in case they watch this.
Stop.
Anywho.
But no, so
you be real.
We completed our first year though, so high five to that for us.
Marjorie.
We finished our first year and then we didn't see each other on that course.
No, we didn't. I never seen her. How would I even not see this redhead walking through uni? Never seen her once in a whole
I don't know how
year.
I didn't hear you, if anything.
Charming. This bitch is bitching.
No, so
the second year, it's weird because
then we started back in September, October, for our second year. And already I was kind of like thinking, oh, where is this going to go now? Like, what are we going to do? But I was kind of open thinking, okay, second year, let's go back fresh. We've got 2 years left. Let's see what happens. And it was like on my first day, I think I saw you and you were sat in front of me and this girl kept going, looking around and I kept thinking, what's she looking at? Who is this girl?
Because you know what it was? We was the only students really giving it.
Like asking questions,
answering the questions. Like,
well, no, I was
thinking,
with a group of girls. They
like,
would ask.
Please, somebody talk. Not, I can't be talking and saying everything. Yeah. And then you kept piping up like, oh, okay, bitch, I can talk as well. Yes, well, purging is when the skin, or that's, you know, like when you was asking questions, I was thinking, oh, so she's got some chat, so she knows what she's talking about. And then the next few times I met you, you'd brought bread from the shop. And this bitch didn't even want to move the bread out my seat.
No, so it wasn't your seat. No.
So the guy who I always sat on this table, and this girl sat on my seat, and it's just like where you sit. And there was bread on the chair, and I was like, "Can you move that bread?" She went, "Okay, love." And I looked at her like, "If you don't want to move the bread, it's fine." And then,
but I did move the bread.
I know.
And
then we started talking about...
No, you were rude. Because you said to me, like, we were just chatting, but I can't lie. At the time, I just thought, oh, you're just annoying.
Yeah, thanks.
Because you were
just...
I did. I thought you was annoying. I can't lie.
You've been real to
me. So I did. I was like, oh, she's annoying. And when you did ask me to move the bread, I thought, oh, God, I can't sit with her for a full lesson. Because you're loud.
Yeah. Oh.
No, you are.
I am sorry. This girl next to me is not loud. Are you joking? Can you see this girl, Carl?
No, you are.
Did you hear her in the room?
You're loud. No, listen.
Even when she's saying she's loud,
because I love you. I love you now. But at the time, I didn't know you very well.
It's always the case when people actually feel like they don't like each other.
That they love each other. But I do think that although
choose your words wisely.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm really trying. No, because I think that we are quite similar.
We're too similar.
Well, we've gone through a lot of the same things. Life, obviously, we grew to know that.
We've got aesthetics clinics. We both drive black cars. We've both got kids with no dad. Well, we've got a dad, but, you know.
No, as in a single parent.
You've been doing this. You've hustled your whole life from a young age.
Yeah.
And
same. And with you.
Like,
but... Yeah, so initially I was just thinking, oh God, I don't want to sit next to her because she's so loud. But then I think that it was maybe a couple of sessions after that because then you sat next to me a few times. I thought,
did I sit next to you, not you sit next to me?
No.
See what I mean?
I'm not that girl.
Oh, I've got us to where we are now, guys, because I've made us become best friends, and we've got a podcast now.
Yeah, you literally.
Ching, where's your matcha?
It's over there. But you forced the What's that? What's that?
She's just
as in no. Have you watched Friends? Do you watch Friends?
My sister watches Friends.
Where Monica and Phoebe, and then what was it? Phoebe says something to Monica like, You're like a bulldog, like you hustled your way in.
No, I watch.
And that's you with our friendship.
You trying to say I begged your friendship? No. You better not.
No, definitely not, because I love you.
Yeah, do you now?
Yeah, and I'm very glad that you
choosing her words wisely. Yeah, see how she's backtracking. Yeah, she's reeling back. No. So, anyway, but we did become friends because we started getting to know each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we got to know each other, and we've gone through a lot of similar life experiences.
Yeah.
What was that thing I sent you the other day? Same life experiences, different fonts. That's us. And and we connected, and here we are now. We're like reeling it back again because we've kind of completely gone off. But we started speaking about the course, didn't we? And we were like, where is this going? What are we want? What are you doing this for? Vice versa. And we kind of had the same concerns of we don't know if this is really going to be for us. So we started looking into obviously the nursing side of things.
Yeah, because you were going to go to Wolverhampton.
Because I was thinking of completing that second year and then going to a different uni and doing mental health nursing. And also because that interested me anyway. Both my mum and dad were psychiatric nurses. A lot of my family come from that background. But I feel like that element with the mental health nursing side of things, it kind of crosses over in a way. Do you feel like
100%.
With some of the clients that you have in and some of the...
Well, it's the body dysmorphia.
Yeah,
and people feel like they need more and more and more and where they don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody touches at some point with mental health anyway.
Yeah,
like whether it's grief or whether... But with things like that, because you do get a lot of... Well, it's not even just... It's any females, males, where they do start to get uncomfortable with who they are. And, I mean... Not to slay them, but look at Jordan. I mean,
no.
Katie Price.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, it's terrible.
It's too much.
It's a shame now, though, because she was so beautiful.
Yeah, but it's too much.
But I love her. I thought if I was going to go down the nursing route, that was the route that would interest me the most and would also kind of tie in with, it's got the clinical aspect, you've also got the mental health side, so you can, I feel like you can identify things as well a lot quicker because you're in that environment. So yeah, that's what I chose. And then we spoke, didn't we? And we'd said about, what are you thinking of doing from here?
Yeah,
and then
I was straight away, I was sitting there debating, like, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
And then I said, I want to jump on the nursing degree. And then you was like, oh, Wolverhampton. And then I was looking at applying because we were sitting there applying
we were
together
sitting
in
there.
the lecture.
Yeah.
And then we went to practical, didn't we?
Yeah, we went to our practical session on the afternoon.
And I spoke to the lecturer about it. And this girl, you know what she done? She went on her break and rang them behind my back.
No, I rang the uni to say,
see if there was any courses because they said it was full. So she was trying to look after herself first.
No, these times also we weren't that close.
No, so she did. And then she come back and she went, there's no more spaces. And I went, what, have you got it? And she was like, no, there's just no more spaces. So then I spoke to the lecturer. I told her what we want to do. And then we emailed the lecturer, the head of the nursing,
mental health nursing.
We started
department.
that following Monday.
Yeah, literally.
That was the Thursday. That
was the Thursday, and then we'd started the degree. But they had already started probably about 4 weeks before, because the nursing degrees, they're a lot longer, a lot more intense. So they started way before we did, and then we went into this blind. We can't lie, because we thought. I think because looking back, the aesthetic degree, I thought that was a lot of work at the time, juggling uni, kids, work, everything else. That was a walk in the park, because then we jumped onto the course. We emailed the lecturer. Shout out to Helen for getting us on.
Yeah, Helen, yeah. No, but she's good.
Yeah, she was. So we emailed her, didn't she? She said, can we have a meeting with the two of you on the Monday? Oh, no. You can start on the Monday. Can we have a chat with you on lunch? So we were like, okay, that's fine. And then she said to us, you're going to have to put a lot of work in. And I just wasn't really...
Yeah, because I remember her saying to us,
thinking,
you're going to have to do placement with shifts. And then she was like, I was like, shifts? I was like, I've got kids. She was like, maybe 7 till... Remember, she was like...
Yeah, 7 till 7.
7 till 8 or 7 till 7. I went, is that legal? I was like, are you sure we're supposed to... And then you was like...
Yeah, Shadia, that's it. No, but it's not just even the placements as such. I feel like it's just the workload. We were already 4 weeks behind.
No.
We were used to doing a few assignments a term or a semester.
But I've got to say, I'll take my hat off to people that work in the NHS.
Oh, honestly.
It is hard work. It's hard graft. Them hours, it's caring for people 24/7 that are not even your loved ones.
Yeah.
And you've got to
It takes a certain type of person, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to be empathetic. You've got to have a good heart. You've got to be that person.
Yeah.
And some people that I think, like, if you're not, you're on the wrong course or you're in the wrong job. 100%.
Exactly.
So,
but you can see, like, when we're on our course, like, some of those people have sifted out, but you can see that the people, you meet them and you think, you're not going to last in
I know, but I feel like, you know what it is? At what point, even at my point now in life, I've done a spa management degree. I work for T-Mobile. At what point do you know when you're going to do where you are?
Oh, you never know.
Even us now at this age, I feel like this is the path I'm on now.
Yeah.
But for me, going on to mental health, it was more so because growing up in a household with a family with mental health. So, like, my brother, he's an alcoholic. He's doing an IPP sentence. He's been most of his life, which I've tried to help him. My mum, she had forms of mental health. My older sister's got mental health. I lost my brother from suicide. So for me, I've dealt with a lot.
Yeah.
So when I was going back to where I was saying about teaching people from textbook, I'm not wronging people or saying, oh, you can't learn these things. But when you've had a first-hand life experience, it's a whole different ballgame.
No, I agree. 100% agree. And obviously on the flip of that, like I said, I haven't necessarily experienced mental health, not within my family setting anyway. I probably have outside of, but not in a family setting. But both of my parents, like I said, were psychiatric nurses. They met in on a psychiatric ward, decided to move down to the Midlands because this was down south, and they opened up a residential home. And so we lived on site for years. And so I was just around care, caring for the elderly, dementia.
When you live around the people, you become one.
No, it's true, because honestly, stop it. Because I do like jelly and condensed cream, fig rolls.
I'm not on about what you like. I'm on about the mental health.
I always talk about the food, old people food.
Do you not feel like though people? Do you not feel like you have a bit of ADHD?
You do.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody does now.
I don't think I've got ADHD. No, I don't.
You okay?
No, I really don't.
When we grew up in the 90s,
there weren't these things. No, I'm a 90s baby, just FYI.
So am I. With Botox. No. So growing up, there was nobody in school where you thought, you didn't hear of Asperger's.
No, you didn't. You didn't hear about these things. It wasn't a thing like that.
I've got a son who's got autism, and he was diagnosed because he had, again, this is through the NHS. So there's no I know it was from.
It's not pinpointed, but
when he had MMR vaccination, he started having seizures.
Yeah.
And he had this thing where he was having like epileptic fits. But long story short, that's led now to autism. But he's doing amazing. But they said to me that he wouldn't walk, he wouldn't talk. But I did my own research.
He's such a clever little boy, and he's so. I love him to be.
He's obsessed with like Apple cars, but he's a high functioning.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like when you go through life and you have all these things thrown at you, you have no other way to be positive and not chaotic about things, but like you have to constantly be keeping it going.
Yeah.
And then at some points, don't get me wrong, I feel like, oh my God, I'm going to break down and crash if I stop. And that's why I continue to do what I do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like you're the same.
No, I am. So, like we always talk about, because we've both gone through grief.
Yeah.
You lost your mum, I lost my dad. And there's no real way of like coping with that. But my way of coping with that was work. Stay busy. And yeah, it's just one of those things. But I do think that we do put a lot on ourselves a lot of the time.
I don't think I'd have it any other way though.
No, this is what I was saying.
I couldn't sit down and watch Jeremy Kyle.
No.
I couldn't be that person.
But don't you sometimes like?
I would love to sit down.
This is what I mean. So
my sister
I was
will ring
saying,
me and say, like, I remember going to her house for dinner once, and it was like 12:30 or 1, and she was cooking a roast dinner, and she was like, "Oh, I said, have you got the chicken in the oven?" Then she went, "No, we'll do that in a sec," because she's a counsellor, and she went, "We're just gonna have a cup of tea." I was like, and I was sitting there itching. I was like,
"No, I can imagine."
So have you seasoned the chicken? Well, we're gonna do it in a minute, Shan. Just have the tea. We're just gonna have a talk.
Yeah.
I was like,
on edge.
I was like, Molly, let me just get in the kitchen and put the chicken in, because we can put the chicken in, peel the potatoes, have this tea, and talk while the food's cooking. I just cannot be that person.
Yeah, because it's the ADHD.
She's like, you just can't relax.
Yeah.
Because she's very calm and chilled.
I feel like I have moments of when I can, but...
Like yesterday after work.
Yeah, and I'd literally just sat there like this.
Yeah, but that's overworking yourself where you do just become like, I can't move.
Yeah. I think that... But as I was saying, so my clients are coming in at the minute, obviously, because we post on our socials about what we're up to and blah, blah, and they're like, how are you doing it? And I'm like, I'm not really sure. You just get on with it and you just carry on.
I think there's a saying where like, you don't need to think about it. Don't talk about what you're going to do. Don't speak about what you're going to do. Just do it.
Yeah.
And this is where people fail because they put plans into action and they don't follow through. You have to be driven to go and get and stay in your own lane and be focused on yourself. And I feel like you are like that because you don't really penny anybody else what they're doing.
Oh no, I've never been like that. And I think that this is what like when we have students in and things, they'll say like, oh, so-and-so's, and I'm like, to be honest, I don't
even pay attention.
I actually don't really speak to many people in the industry. Like, and we said this together, didn't we? So.
Well, I find like the industry is very, very cliquey. You see your little cliques of girls and women, but I'm like an empowerment woman where I want all people to come together. Like I talk to everyone and like, because I'm not bothered or fazed by anyone. And I know it's not being big-headed. I'm just in my own lane.
I just think that, you need to I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They compare themselves to other practitioners or compare themselves to other businesses, or when people put out, this is a thing that I say to everyone, like when that's in the industry, when they'll say, oh, but so-and-so's like booked up, like they'll say that they're booked up until January or like February next year. And I'm like, but you don't know if, not just that. You don't know someone's schedule. They could just only have a Saturday that they're opened up for do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said it doesn't matter what anyone's doing. You need to focus on you.
Because when people open businesses, like say if there's a nail shop and they're worried about, oh, they can't open a nail shop there because there's a nail shop. I say, no, you open next door but one. Because if they can't go into that nail shop and there's no appointments or there's no seats, where are they going to go? Next door but one.
Yeah.
So you don't be afraid of any other businesses.
No,
There's
so
money
true.
out there. The king's head is on those notes for everybody. And this is the thing. And I feel like a lot of people in the industry, if you message them or just Instagram, so I get loads of messages saying, oh, we love your content, or we love this. Where'd you get this from? I'm happy to comment. I'll message them back, because I feel like I don't need to. It's not like a Syringe Secrets like we were talking about. You're okay to support that other woman. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you're not going to step on my toes.
No.
Next door but one, and I'm coming for you.
No, but this is why.
With Shade Owen and his shovel.
So a few years ago, I was saying, like, exactly what we're talking about the industry being quite cliquey and whatever. Yeah. And I felt, because I've never really focused on anyone else, but also I want, especially my students that come, like, I want them to know that they're supported, and I want them to know that they've got someone to talk to. Because when I first started, if I had any questions, I had no one really to speak to. I didn't really know what avenues to go down, and it was kind of like a learning as I go type thing. So a few years ago, I started up Impress and Empower, which was women's empowerment events. And this is, again, where I found it really difficult, because I wanted it to be like a women empower women. I got all women people involved, all women, female businesses involved, whether it was like business accountants or social media people. It was all female based, and then I'd have guest speakers. Yeah. Do you know how hard it was to get female guest speakers?
Really?
Yeah.
They didn't want to come?
No.
They didn't want to support?
No.
Yeah. But that's only because...
And I just think, like...
No, because I'll tell you why that is. Because a lot of the times you will inspire people, but they won't tell you will inspire people. And then what they will do is jump on what you do and then make their own.
But that is fine. Yeah. But that is fine, like, and that's great. But it was the
non-support.
Yeah. And I thought, like, I'm trying to do something.
Do you feel like you're very approachable? Or do you feel like you're a bit Regina Meangirl?
Don't say
By the way,
that.
I've got her under... No, in a good way.
How mean?
No, you know when she didn't move the bread? She didn't move the bread. You know what I'd stored her under on my phone book?
She called me Regina. She called me Regina.
From Mean Girls.
I do not think that I'm unapproachable.
Saying, do people feel like that? Do you get what I mean? Like, you know where, because you're very glamorous, you've got like a really good setting of a bit. See, I'm trying to...
Yeah, she needs to try and reel that in.
No, but But you see what? No, I'm like, people say, how can I be unapproachable? I mean, one of the girls who left recently said, you're not approachable. I was like, that's bullshit. But yeah. So... Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know other people's perceptions. That's not on me, really.
Yeah, but that's because their insecurities. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Where people don't...
Is that what you're trying to say?
I know.
I'm joking.
No, I know I'm going with this.
Yeah.
But you find that sometimes people won't support you because they're insecure with their own self, with their own business.
Yeah.
And if they feel like that's pushing your business further, they won't do it.
Yeah.
But you're not just helping yourself, you're helping everybody else out.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Yeah. So I'd obviously got women together to be like guest speakers. I thought it's going to benefit them from promoting themselves. It'll benefit the women. It'll inspire them. It'll show them which ways to go, what to do, whatever. But yeah, so the last one that I did, was it the last one? Yeah, the last one that I did, 2 guest speakers on the day. One of them was like an hour before. I was like, yeah, I can't make it, sorry. I was like, oh my God. It wasn't like a little small event. It's like, you know,
big thing.
Yeah, and I wasn't making any profit from this. If anything, I was putting money into it to help women. So yeah, I haven't actually done another one since, because it just left. I just thought that maybe we should do something together. We should do something like that, because I felt like I had no support, and it was me trying to help everyone, and no one's really...
I feel like, you know what it is with people like us, we do always tend to help other people, and you put yourself last. That's why even when you were sitting down yesterday, like, you will squeeze that client in, you will squeeze... Do you know what I'm trying to say? You always help others first, like in general, in anything. Like, even if I rang you and asked, you would always put yourself last. And
but same with you. With those people. Yeah. What's your favourite dermal filler treatment?
Lips.
To have on yourself or to do, or both?
To do.
Yeah.
And cheeks, but I feel like, I say that, but, and I like the linear, I don't really like Russian, and I know you love Russian, and I love this because we're going to have a debate on it, but I feel like, because I like a real natural, subtle look, and I have a lot of girls. So I had an 18-year-old come to me recently, and I kind of refused and said, I don't really feel like you need to have filler. And it was because of her age as well. And I said, because we're constantly changing. Like, I am reaching on 40 at the end of the day. I don't want...
Don't look it, love.
Thanks, babe. Aesthetics by Impress, actually. But I feel like for a lot of the young girls, there's so much, because of the Love Island, social media, the models, even me, there's so many, like, not even, forget Kylie's and the Kims and everything, because they've dissolved a lot of their stuff now, if you notice.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's
but
so
also
many...
it's more surgical as well.
There's a lot of girls out there that feel like this is the way you need to look, and eventually everyone's going to morph into one, and there's not going to be individual looks. They're all going to be like frozen. It's too much.
Yeah.
But there needs to come to a point where you say, now that's enough.
But this is where I think, like, people have spoken about this before, like, where your ethical judgment comes in, because you turn... Some people do not
they would
turn people away.
She said that to me.
Yeah, exactly.
She messaged me after. She said, thank you so much, because you've given me a bit of confidence.
Yeah.
And it was only a refusal, because I just thought she was beautiful. Her lips was perfectly fine. And I just said... You're still growing. You're still like, you're young. You're 18. You're a baby.
Yeah.
You know. And I just said, well, why
You're
do you feel like you need to do it? Yeah, but I just think, like, don't take. I could have took her money. I could have took the piss. I could say you could have had cheap filler. You could have had this. But there comes to a point where you need to, like, no, is no.
But also, I feel like
that.
it's ethical practicing. But then also, that's where you build that client practitioner relationship, trust, and they'll be loyal to you, because they'll think, okay, she is going to tell me the truth. And this is what I've always said from the get-go.
Girls where they're like, no, I want it done, I'm having it done,
and that's fine. They can go elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? That's what I always say to my clients. I'll say, I'm not happy to do that right now. I don't think you need that right now. And I've got a few regular clients of mine, and he comes with his friend, and he'll always say, it's like trying to get blood out of a stone with you with treatments. But I'm like, but you don't need it. There's no need to do that.
And I feel like this is where there is a lot of issues going forward now, where there is people...
It's the money. People are just...
But even the people dying in, like, Turkey, the BBLs, the Slip King situation, it goes too far. But there has to be a point where, when is this going to stop?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like the safety in practice, but I love doing this job because I make people feel confident about themselves. And when they leave, for me, I just feel like, I'm so happy.
Have you had a client cry before?
Yeah, actually.
I bet you've cried with them.
I did cry.
Yeah.
And I went for a hug, and I was just like, she was just so like, she was just saying, Shadia, like, you changed my life.
Yeah.
You've made me feel so much. She didn't really come out of a house. She wasn't dating. She's on dating apps and everything now.
Love that
like,
for her.
She was quite overweight before. She lost so much weight, but she's done so well. And like every now and then she'll come in for like little top up and treatments. And I feel like I love that I'm a part of that for her.
Yeah. It's nice
to be able to give somebody confidence, and that stems into the mental health.
That's what I mean. This is why I said it really does like come together as one, and I'm really glad that that's the route that we took, because I do think it's really important. But coming back to then what your favourite treatments are,
Botox obviously is an easy one, but I did used to like lymphatic drainage. I like that one, but for fillers, lips, cheeks. What's yours?
See, I love doing lips. Yeah. That's my favourite treatment to probably perform. But then also noses. I do love a nose. Yeah. I really love facial profile balancing and things at the minute. So, like, I haven't really got a favourite, but for me, it is like subtle enhancements, facial proportions.
I believe in enhancing natural beauty.
Exactly.
And you can tweak what you have naturally.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's people that want a complete transformation, and I love that, and I'm happy to do that for them, but within stages.
Yeah, within reason.
Yeah, no, as in not having 2 mil one time.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Have you had that when clients have messaged?
I was like, try and lie to me.
I've had girls message me and saying, can I have 3 mil in my lips?
Your lips look humongous. You ain't having anything else. She was like, no, I want cock-sucking lips.
Oh my God.
And I went, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do them for you, because at the end of the day, she wants further 2 mil, but it comes to a point like, I don't really want you walking around with my name on your lips.
No, that's also the thing.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, oh yeah, I went to Lamarcue Aesthetics. My lips look... It comes to a point where you have to, as a practitioner, like, know where, do I really need to take this girl's money for her to be promoting me looking like that? Not today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know at the same time, but there's probably other people out there. Business is business. But there's reputation behind business.
And client safety. As the main point as well is just making sure that you're as safe as possible. And, you know, because back when I first started, I think that...
Back then.
Way back.
Way back when?
Back into time.
Way back. That used to be that used to be like the 80s tunes, isn't it? Way back into time. And then it used to be like, ding, like, you know, like some R&B song used to go on. Do you not remember that?
Yes, I just like back into time.
Yeah.
Okay, you lose me now. This is your
the ADHD.
Yes, it's the ADHD.
You were talking about sexual references. Rufaro's looking for a man. It's been a while.
Stop.
Okay, so demo fellas.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you've completely lost me.
Well, we can move on swiftly anyway. We know what we like.
I've got a regular of mine. He comes with his friend, and he's always saying, you know, it's like getting blood out of a stone with treatments with you, because he doesn't want to go too far or anything like that, but he does like to get stuff done. And I think that that's also a thing that people, they just like to get things done, and they don't necessarily need it. They like that time, and they like to get that. It
changes you, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're like, oh, bad
what
bitch.
else can I have done?
What can I do now? What can I do now? And that's where you have to rein it in, and you need to really be honest with your clients and say,
that
enough
does
is
touch
enough.
on mental health, doesn't it? Because you see when they've got...
I'm not saying you're suffering with mental health, my client, that you probably know.
You know, the ADHD, not with ADHD, but you know the people that have got like, it's not psychosis, but where are very random, where last minute, you know, like spare in the moment. People,
yeah.
You get those clients where like they're just completely...
Do you ask your clients that though? Because I always say, how long have you been thinking about having this treatment for? I always say that to begin with, just to kind of...
But like my cousin, I know she could come and she'd be like, just do this, this and this. Like just randomly like, oh, you haven't really thought about that.
Yeah,
you know, you do
sure.
get those people.
Yeah, you do. Because I'll have clients come in and they'll have a treatment done and they'll say, oh, what about this? And I'll say, oh, yeah, you know, you could potentially do this or that. Give them options to say, can you do it now? And I'm like, have a think about it.
Yeah.
Have a think, and then, instead of making rash decisions. So what kind of trends are you seeing at the minute in aesthetics?
Polynucleotides is a massive one at the minute. I feel like we've gone from lemon bottle fat dissolving, which no one's troubling at the minute. I feel like that's just really random, that was, because that was a real...
It was a
popular,
big treatment.
Thing. And then, I mean, I still do lemon bottle, but the polynucleotides, I think that's because it's closest to human DNA, where it's fish DNA, salmon DNA. They call it the Kim K facials, and that's it helps with collagen and stem cell rejuvenation, elasticity. So I get people from all ages, people with acne, scarring, pigmentation.
It's a collagen stimulator, isn't it? So it helps build your natural collagen in the skin.
But the polynucleotides, that one's, I feel like, is a big thing. And then there's quite a few coming up on, I've seen now.
But don't you think there's a big shift from that, you know, puffy, overfilled look to now people dissolving, and people are going more natural 100%. Now.
100%.
And that's where like your skin boosters and things are coming in.
There's a lot of celebrities that have done that, if you notice. Exactly. Because even Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
Because the last time seeing her on, I don't know what it was.
She went to like the one award show, didn't she?
And I remember her cheeks, and you could see her face was really puffy.
Yeah, her under eye was quite puffy.
Kind of tried to tone it completely down, because now she's going for like a natural model look. Yeah. Because she's dating. But I feel like even all that their mom is very, very smart. She is the smartest businesswoman going, where I
pray that I'm like Kris Jenner when I grow up.
She's actually utilised all of her daughters. She made, Kylie Jenner, she put lip filler in to then say, get the Kylie Jenner lipsticks. This is how your lips will look. You've had filler, Kyla. Stop chatting shit. Do you know what I mean? But she sold it.
Yeah, she did.
She became a millionaire then with the BBLs, and I always felt like, but they pushed on black culture. Because by dating Kanye, by dating like the big bums, the big curviness. No, because if you think about it, black culture is very on trend. In America, like where you go, you can go like, what's English? There's not really much English. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Well, like so what they use that. So she's smart. So she looked at a trend where hip hop, she got hair with, who was Kylie Jenner with? Travis.
And the wigs, the coloured wigs.
But look at them all now.
Tiger, when she was with Tiger.
Oh, no bums, no lips.
They still got a bit of a bum.
Dating white, rocky men.
Yeah.
But if they would have done that then,
it wouldn't have been
on trend.
Yeah. So, yeah.
No one wants to date no greasy white rock, each their own. There might be some greasy rockers out there for Rufaro or Rufaro. But you see where I'm going. So that she used that trend. But I feel like when there is a trend, you have to jump and act on it fast, because what will happen, same with like this Kendrick Lamar now.
Yeah, but no. So I don't necessarily agree.
Love that.
Only because I don't feel like... So what I tend to do is I'll see if a trend plays out and if it's long lasting sometimes. Yeah. So I did jump on a trend that it was a little bit controversial at the time. So do you remember when everyone was doing the dissolve and the refill in one session, the strip lips, the tape lips, angel, whatever you wanted to call it.
See, I didn't jump on that trend.
So I did. And
because I felt like that was quite not unsafe for the client, but you don't get the best results. You need to leave them for at least 2 to 4 weeks to come back.
Well, yeah, exactly. But this is what I found. So I did the training course, which was extortionate at the time because obviously it was just such a big trend. Do I think that it can work? Potentially, but I do think it's for a certain client. So it's never going to be. So I'd have all girls message me and they would have not the best lips, and it's not a full dissolve and refill in one session. I feel like if you've got a slight bit of migration up here, you can do little tweaks and it's okay, but it doesn't give the best results.
Yeah, but they're expecting a full... They think it's a full dissolve and a full fresh pair of lips.
Yeah.
It's like... Yeah, it's like a new
So that
hairdo.
was like a big trend, but I do think that since that as well, and even before that, I don't know why at the time I thought I'm going to jump on it, but it was just something that interested me. If anything, I wanted to know how it worked. So I was like, I don't understand it. I want to go on to course. I want to understand how it works. But in terms of trends, I just don't think that you necessarily need to jump on every trend, because not every trend is great.
No, 100%. I feel like we've stayed on top of trends, so you have to be within the social media.
Yes.
On TikToks.
Honestly, yeah.
My marketing girls had me doing the most. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing this. Like a sing, dance, a splits and everything to get clients in. She's like, but everybody else is. So like, even with this Kendrick Lamar at the minute.
I know, and you're begging us to do
that. Bowl, yeah. What is it?
They're not like us.
Yeah. But it's working because, but you have to act fast. Yeah. So he come out on Super Bowl, he smashed it, he's dished Drake. Drake's finished, in my opinion. Why are you doing wireless? Don't know, you're trying to really... No one cares.
Yeah.
But... You see, like now, everyone's jumping on Kendrick Lamar. They're smiling. There's loads of captions. So everything that's on trend, but you have to act quick because it will just fly by.
But you have to also, like you said, you have to be heavy on your social media.
You have to be on...
And I think that this is the thing. When I got into this industry, I wasn't thinking that I was going to be a social media manager to myself. I didn't think about all these different things.
When you get into this industry, you are your admin, your PA, your receptionist, your marketer, your accountant. And then a mom.
All in one, yeah.
Then doing a degree. Yeah. It's like, when do you think I've got the time to do Botox, lymphatic drainage, lip fillers, and then by the end of the day...
And then be dancing to Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. They're like us. Hold on. Let me just do the lip filler. I'll be back. Like, no one's got the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I would say sometimes, I mean, I have got a really good marketing girl, and I have employed her to do that for me because we were talking about this before. Your time is very precious, and it's a monetization value where if you can employ, see them big words there, monetization, but you see where you can have somebody else.
She's got it in her word for the day.
No, where you can pay that person to do it, like a cleaner, for instance.
Yeah.
So I love cleaning. I've got OCD, like I really have. But when I go home, I'm cleaning till 12 o'clock at night. If I could just take that stress and that time off me by paying someone £30, £40,
utilising your time, yeah.
But we're going back to it with the marketing. If you can pay somebody and invest in that, so where you're always ahead.
Yeah. That's their forte.
Yeah. That's their specialising.
Yeah,
I'm not specialised as an accountant. Like, I'm lucky I can do 2 and 2. But do you get what I'm trying to say? I didn't know I would have to do all of that. And I only feel like that's recent now. Because it wasn't like that back in the day till social media's become more... You've got to remember, there ain't no newspaper ads. There's no Sun or the Daily Mail really where people are putting ads in.
Yeah,
there used to be adverts on the TVs.
Yeah.
Your social media, Instagram and TikTok, that's your marketing.
Yeah,
now.
it is.
Facebook
it really
ads,
is.
That's where you're getting your money.
Yeah.
So that's where the money is, money.
Money. Okay, so now we're going on to personal relationships and how we find the time.
Non-existent. No.
How do you find, like, dating? Are you dating, Shadia?
Well, I hope my ex-man don't watch this shit. No.
How do you find the time with everything that's going on?
You know what it is for me? I don't really want to have a man. Like, no disrespect to the men out there. Like, I've been in a relationship for 17 years, and obviously I loved my ex-partner to bits. He's the father of all my children, and you don't really get that now where you've got a man that you've been with for 17 years and you've got all 4 kids from that same man. Because people are like, what, you still with him? Or you got the same? Yes, it's my same baby daddy. Like, I don't sleep around. But like, they was expecting me to have like 3 or 4 different dads. Do you get what I mean? Because it's like the norm now. Because you don't stay with people for that long. So I stayed with him for a long time. But I feel like my 20s was gone, like my 30s, like we grew apart. And I think that's because of having children and then with losing my mum as well. It's my grief and my healing. I need to do this on my own. And I do shut myself off from people where I need time for me to heal. I can't be, don't get me wrong, like he would help out with the kids and cook and do everything for us as a unit. We was a unit, we're a partnership. And it doesn't make that person less of a man if they do some cleaning or cooking. Like, that's what you're supposed to be doing in relationships with each other, yeah. But I feel like for me, I feel like having another man is like having another kid. Like, I really do. Like, I already have to be so organised, have to manage my time, my kids' time, like trips, parents' evenings, everything. Like, I can't manage your diary as well. Like, you need to be you. And I feel like for me,
it's not a focus for you right now.
No, I need to just get where I'm getting to. I need to heal from what I'm healing from.
Yeah.
And I'm just starting to find me. And I feel like you don't actually know yourself even in your 20s, your 30s. I feel like now you start to really, I think it's through having grief hit you when you start to feel a different kind of person. Because I mean, like, yeah, I'm fun and I'm happy and I'm jokey all the time. But my brother was like that. He was the joker of the family and he committed suicide.
Yeah.
So, you know, because people would say, oh, be worried about those other people. Like, you see that mental health advert?
Yeah.
But, like, I'm genuinely, I feel I'm at the happiest that I've ever been since finding you. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So how do you find time for dating, Moth Farah? How's your moth been?
That needs to stop. To be honest, I think this is probably where...
I love that.
I think, for me, this is probably where like relationships break down for me, because I don't have the time and I find it really hard I've found it really hard to juggle the kids, uni, business and then a relationship, because it is work and it is effort. And
where do you find these people? On dating apps?
Oh, honestly, where do you find these people? Ballers come through.
Wherefore art thou, ballers? Wherefore art thou?
Can't imagine. We were literally in the ballroom the other day saying this, like having this kind of conversation, and we were over the balcony going, "Wherefore art thou, ballers? Where are you? Come and save us."
We was definitely not in the ballroom.
Definitely not in the ballroom. But no. So I think for me,
we had a balcony. We was doing a bit of Shakespeare, throwing it out there.
But yeah, no, that's where I think relationships have broken down for me in the past. But in terms of like,
because they need a lot of your time.
They do,
time.
and
when you put your kids to bed, I get that.
Yeah,
but you also need time for you, and you haven't even got time for your own self.
Not right now, and I think that is it is a hard one. Like, I'm a lover girl. I would love to be. I love, I do, and I think that I've had
disappointing relationships.
Yeah, disappointing relationships, but you do need time to heal from those. And I think now is a period of where I'm going through that, and transition. That whole transition of, you know, but like I said, I love. I mean,
I feel like going into a song.
I pray that, you know, one day it happens for me. No, but it's right now. Realistically, do I have the time? Probably not.
No.
Would I make the time? Yeah, I would try, but I
just feel like you busy. We're busy people.
Yeah, we are.
And you ain't wasting my time.
Yeah, that's the thing as well.
Because time is money, Shamoni. No, and realistically though, like, I haven't got the time to be building the whole, what did you
And
used to do,
also,
and all
I
that
think
relationship. And,
I saw something on
it's
TikTok the other
long.
day. It's about like, I've got no more talking stages left in me. Like, I really don't care how you slept.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, like, it's nice, it's nice to have fun and whatever
But
else.
also, don't you think like dating with children is just so different as well? It's not like it's just you one. You have to look like, it's not, I can't mess about now. It's like, it's a big commitment, I feel like.
Dating with children is a whole podcast. Let me tell you. Because, like, my child would terrorize the hell out of you. Be like, I ain't coming back. Where's the key? Let me out. No, it's just not. It's not easy, because you don't even want to just let anybody into your household.
No, of course not.
And I can't
it's not
do
just,
a
it's
full
disappointing
CRB disclosure on you and find out where you've been, who your family is. And you can't, it's not the way it is now.
Yeah.
It's hard. So unless you've known someone that you've grown up with, or you know from the area or whatever. I mean, I'm from Leicester originally, so it's hard. Definitely.
For sure.
But I feel like everyone has problems in their relationships. Not everyone's relationships are perfect.
No, no relationship is perfect.
Yeah.
It might look all nice and shiny for Instagram and things, but it's not that.
Yeah, and a lot of Instagram is fake. It's full on fake. It's a persona. It's not really what it is.
Yeah.
And we're just going to leave it there.
That's all we got to say on that.
Yeah.
So, I'm just really glad that we do have each other around, and even just starting this podcast. And I think this is, people have said to me, like, what's made you want to start it? And I thought, if anything, this is going to be like therapy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Like therapy.
Yeah, it really is, because although like we speak all the time, like we're so busy in our days that we don't actually get time to just sit and speak and get things off our chest. It's like oh my God, the kids have done this.
Yeah, but
oh
it's
my God,
therapy for other people as well. Because
also
to show them that we go through shit.
Yeah.
People out there go through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not all plain sailing. Like, and if you can help somebody from what we talk about, then we've done our job.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy out there.
No.
Like, the cost of living, it's hell out there. Really and truly. Like, it is the trenches. Like,
in every which way.
I feel like, and people that are struggling with different things, like, that's why I'm so excited for the future of Syringe Secrets.
No, same.
With guest speakers coming on. We'll have people that have had surgery's gone wrong, doctors. We're going to talk about medics, non-medics. We've got some really exciting people coming on. I'm not going to let you know just yet, because you need to keep tuned and subscribe. But it's going to be really good. Like, it's the start of something.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
No, I am. And I feel like this is what needed to be done, because there isn't anything out there like this.
I think there are some, obviously, there's podcasts out there that
that are boring.
No,
you don't want to just listen to.
No,
I'm not slating on these people, but at the same time,
I think there's not anything that's in the aesthetic industry right now that is also real life and us going through things and people like talking about just our general lives as well and how we're coping with everything. It's either, very medical and very...
Yes, so we're talking about lips and just constantly talking about the aesthetics of it. Yeah. Nothing behind the mask.
Yeah.
And the secrets behind who you are and what we do. So, hence the name.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. So, keep tuned.
Yeah, thank you for watching. It's been a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, it has.
But I'm excited for where it's going to go, and for everyone to keep tuned, and for many more episodes to come.
Subscribe and you'll get to see more.
Oh my God,
guys.
she just wants to do this.
Goodbye.
This is all she's wanted to do.
Ta-ta. Bye for now.
So guys, if you are interested in future episodes, we're going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, all of the above. Subscribe, like, comment, and see us next week.